Hey everyone, how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here, and today we are talking about Pokemon Advanced Battle. So I actually did it a little different than I usually do, is I took notes throughout the whole entire series, and originally it was only going to be like 3 lines worth of notes per episode, then it ended up being paragraphs per episode. So basically, I am going to kind of do highlights really quick of what happens and everything. I'm not going to go through each and every episode. I'll go through the best episodes and why I thought they were the best episodes. Then I'll go through the worst episode, why I thought it was the worst episode. Talk about some other highlights. Talk about like Pokemon that were caught or evolved, and then all the other like important stuff that happens in the show. And then a shiny alert, and then we'll give it a rank. Talk about the movie, give the movie a rank, then give it a total rank. So, my idea is that pretty soon, let me actually look at my count right now. I am trying to pull it up, and I am currently at 192 subscribers, so at the point where we go to probably 250, I'll start a Patreon, and actually what I'll do for like, I'd say top tier members, and I only say top tier members because this would be a lot of work, is actually going through my notes and reading everything that I did for this episode, or for this season. So yeah, so let's talk about what the main premise of Advanced Battle is. By the way, I do have the show playing in the background for you guys. I'm playing 2 of the top 3 best episodes in the season, in my opinion. Actually, I think this one is my all-time favorite, if it is what I think it is, which is episode 4, which is called something about working out terribly, but there is no focal Pokemon in it. But yeah, so basically what happens is we get to see Ash take on his last 2 gyms, go to the championship, and do his first Battle Frontier. We also get to see May do the rest of her contests, and then do her festival, and then do her first Kanto contest. So in that, May actually wins, I believe, all but one of the contests, and then does not win the Grand Festival. Unfortunately, she gets 2nd place. If I remember right, I just want to make sure before I say that, because like I said, I took notes. Okay, so luckily we did the Grand Festival before the final tournament. So I just want to make sure. I didn't really think about talking about this, so I do apologize. But May makes it to the 2nd round, but she does not beat her rival Drew. She ends up being a runner-up. So yeah, that's what happens with that. And Ash, again, also becomes runner-up, losing to Tyson, who was a new rival introduced this season, who is honestly just a all-around better trainer than Ash, although it was a close battle. So let's get into that and talk about the top 3 best episodes, which right now is playing the first one, which has no focal Pokemon in it, and during this they're trying to travel to Mossdeep City, and they get to, there's one more island till Mossdeep, and they meet a bunch of workout bros, and in this everybody starts calling May fat, which is really shocking for that, and we see that Max can't lift 30 pounds. This whole episode, it feels like they're trying to put working out as a scam, and that working out is also a cult. The main battle has nothing to do with exercise, and actually one of the best lines in this, which I remember now, is they're battling at the end, and the guy, you can't really see him on the screen, but the main guy that they're battling, his Pokemon is about to pass out. He goes, "Hey, what's up?" Just completely out of it. But then the next episode, we get Groudon, which it starts in the ocean with Team Magma intercepting Max. Max finally appears, and Aqua infiltrates. There's a neutral Crook, and we get Primal Pikachu. We also get to see Archie. There's a shiny Gyarados, which is actually Lance's Gyarados. He was the neutral Crook. So see what I mean by, like, I started out with 3 sentences and then all of a sudden it goes to paragraphs. You'll see the paragraphs now. Because the last one that got a 10 out of 10 was episode 50, which is a contest in Saffron City. May's excited to get her ribbons, and the hall is having an open stage, so we get to see this new stage in Saffron City. We also find out that Squirtle loves the stage, because we'll talk about Squirtle in a second. And the hostess in this series has a Jenny Joy syndrome where they all look the same, and her name is Lillian and not Vivian. May decides she only wants to use new Pokemon in this contest, including her Combusken. Harley ends up showing up, and Jessie decides she's going to use Cacnea. Harley is a character that we'll talk about in a minute, but I'll just premise it as May's new rival, who is very underhanded and rude. But yeah, Jessie decides she's going to use Cacnea. Harley claims that he's reformed, but he is not. There's new rules for Kanto. May will use Squirtle and Combusken. And we find out Harley's still a terrible person. They do the Team Rocket mantra without Jessie, and Jessie ends up needing hair surgery, and Squirtle learns Ice Beam. Definitely recommend episode 50 of the season, episode 4 and episode 5. The next things to talk about are the worst episode, which is actually episode 44, which is an Onix and Geodude episode, where this takes place after the Hoenn Hoenn championship, and they're headed to the battle arena looking for water, which never makes sense to me because they have Pokemon that use Water Gun. How can you run out of water? Max takes a nap, and Munchlax starts a fight with a Geodude and separates the entire gang from their Pokemon. Team Rocket ends up tricking Onix into hunting the gang down, and they actually succeed until Ash has to battle Onix to prove he's not a threat. He wins with Grovyle and proves it also by protecting Onix from animal abuse. It was a very boring and dumb episode. So let's talk about the statistics of this basically really quick, which is we get to meet new characters such as Tyson, Harley, Morrison, and we get to see actually Drew kind of defend May against Harley. We already talked about Harley and Tyson. Morrison is Ash's other rival, who's voiced by the Goku voice actor, Sean Schemmel, and he's using King Kai's voice, and he looks like Yajirobe, which is hilarious. But yeah, we also get to see Ash get some pretty good fights for his badges and everything, and also in the tournament. I never really cared for the contest stuff, so I didn't really put it on there. But in this, Ash catches a Snorunt, and within 15 episodes, it evolves into a Glalie. May catches a Munchlax and a Squirtle, and Brock evolves his Lombre into a Ludicolo. We also get to see Groudon and Kyogre fight, and we also get to see a shiny Donphan. So the season gets a 6 out of 10. Very midway and everything. So we're going to do a quick cut and do Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Alright, so let's talk about Lucario and the Mystery of Mew now, which I have playing in the background. I'm going to try to start doing that for you guys on reviews. But yeah, we get a new recap format in this, which I don't know if it's going to stick, but we actually get a trick in the first scene too. We think we see a Ho-Oh, but it actually ends up being Mew. And basically we get to see Lucario, who again is voiced by Sean Schemmel, and Sir Aaron, who is also voiced by Jason Griffith, which is hilarious because everybody always says how Sonic is a ripoff of Goku, and you got Sonic and Goku working together and playing opposite roles of what they usually do. We also get to see a war scene that is very Lord of the Rings. And we also get to see Mew save the day. Then we go to modern time, where it's Ash heading to the same castle for a competition that he ends up winning, dressed as Sir Aaron. And he ends up unleashing Lucario, which actually I think is the scene that it's the scene that we literally just saw on screen. And we also see Mew taking other Pokemon, which, like, basically kind of leads them to a different area. We're also introduced to a character named Kit, who wants to catch Mew originally, but ends up scaring Mew off with Pikachu and Meowth to the Tree of Beginning, which is a giant tree, or giant mountain that looks like a tree that has like some sort of lifeblood in it that helps sustain the area. And Kit basically like I said, scares it away, but she feels kind of bad, so she ends up working with the kids to go ahead and try to get Pikachu back. And Team Rocket tagged along to try to get Meowth back. During this, they start heading to the tree and everything, and they actually run into Regis, or the Regis, which, if you guys don't know the meme, it's the best thing in the whole wide world. And they end up Lucario basically tries to fight the Regis and everything. I'll give Lucario's characterization at the end. And then they go ahead and they get to the tree. Ash and Pikachu reunite, and basically, while they're in the tree, I forgot to mention, there's a bunch of like blood cells that are coming to take away the humans, and they actually end up succeeding. And it feels like everybody died, but Mew revives everybody at a price where it starts destroying the tree. So where Lucario has to sacrifice himself to save everybody. So just really, I kind of wanted to blow over this because I would rather prefer you guys to actually watch the movie, especially since this video is already almost 15 minutes long. But basically, Lucario does not trust anybody because he feels that he is backstabbed by Sir Aaron. And then he ends up basically, towards the end, trusting Ash and trusting everybody else to where he sacrifices himself. So yeah, that is Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. I gave the movie a 7 out of 10. So the final score for the season is 6.5 out of 10. So yeah, next we're going to be watching Battle Frontier. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan telling you. Have an amazing day.